Well, Happy New Year, people. It's 2025. I'm out in the log cabin. It's probably minus degrees out here at the moment, but I'm going to put the diesel heater on, get that fired up. I've only had it fired up once, I think it's a couple of weeks ago. But we're going to fire it up now, see if it still works okay. I think it should do, because I want to have a look at this generator here. So let's just come over here. I've got to switch things on. Me power supply. I've got fuel in my fuel tank now. Turn on my power supply. Here we go. That's come on. Yeah, it's 2 degrees in here, look, inside, so it is colder outside. So let's just fire this up. Just press that on. There we go. It should stop. There we go. Right. That's going through its cycle first of all. So we'll let that do its thing. Let's come over here. Oh, it is cold in here. So you may remember I did a cold start on these generators. I've got one here, I've got one on the floor there as well, which never really happened because I think this one ran, but it wouldn't run off a choke. The other one down there didn't run at all. But seeing as I've got this one on the counter now, let's pull the cover off of it. Again, this is a brand new generator. It's done no work whatsoever. I did put a little drop of fuel in it. It's absolutely brand new. There's the manual for it there. Anyone interested, it's the MXR 4500i inverter generator. A nice little piece of kit. I've had it in this log cabin now for a couple of years, I think. It's not done no work. It's absolutely brand new, look, but I've got to take the carb off, I think, because it didn't want to run off a choke. So let's get the thing, try and start it again, see what it does. Right, I'm hoping there's enough fuel in it. So how do we start it again? Right, choke's got to go to the on position there. Fuel tap's got to go on. I think that's it. Is there a switch on the front here? The switch is on, the engine switch is on. So let's have a little go. It might be out of fuel. They normally start first time. No, we'll get the carb off. Let's not mess about. Right, so I'm going to need to take that air filter off. So let's undo that. You can hear that diesel heater ramping up now. Right, so that's all okay. Look, it's brand new, look. As you can see, not done any work whatsoever. I can see around here we've got a couple of look like 10mm nuts. Right, so let's get these 10mm undone. Just unloosen these. Everything's in the way, of course. And my hands are absolutely freezing at the moment. So let's just get them in there like that. Once we loosen this off, this should loosen the whole of the carb off. So let's just get them nuts undone. So I'm just expecting a carb clean here because this thing was brand spanking new, but I didn't drain it down, you see. That E10 fuel probably ain't done it no favours, to be honest with you, because it would be E10 in here. There we go. Right, okay. So hopefully, just pull that air filter off. Casing. Get rid of that totally, actually. Look at that. Right, so all we've got here is a wire clip holding the fuel line on. We just pull that forward. Fuel line hopefully should come off pretty easily. We've got the governor arm at the back there, which needs to be unhooked. Lift that out of there. Then you've got that little governor spring there at the front, which we can just disconnect, I think. Yep, that's undone. So it's literally just this fuel line now. I just need to just break the seal of it probably. There we go, and then just pull that off. There we go. We'll get a little bit of fuel coming out there, I would imagine, yep. And then, just pull the carb out. And that's as simple as it is, there we are. There's our little carburetor, absolutely brand new, it's not done any work, apart from being started up a couple of times. That rod comes off of there, let me remember that, look, for the choke lever. Oh, you have to excuse me, people. I've got to warm these fingers up a bit. Absolutely amazing. I've not used this for a couple of years, but turned it on for the first time, about a month ago, and it comes straight up. Get a bit of feeling back. Right, we're up to 16 degrees in here at the moment, so I'm happy with that. Right, okay. Let's make a little bit of a cleaner working area. Just wipe some of this crap down here. I hope to refurbish all my workshop. I've said that last year, but that never happened. So it's something which I've got in mind for this year coming up, maybe. Who knows? Right, okay, so we've got a bit of let's put a bit of WD on that just to, hello, oh here we go. Just clean that off a little bit. Like that. Yeah, so much to do, as I say, because our main other channel takes up all my time. That's why you don't see hardly anything at the moment on Retro Restore, because we're still building the channel up and it's our main source of income. Right, that's a bit cleaner, isn't it? Okay, so what we got here? So this is it. All I'm going to do is to remove the float bowl. Some of that old fuel in there. The fuel looks alright, but as I say, I would imagine that the jets are blocked. So just get rid of that out of there. We need the 10mm spanner socket. And let's get that float bowl off. Oh, that's tight. That is tight. Hold on, bear with me. God, Jesus Christ, that was tight. There we go. And let's have a look in here. I'm not expecting to see any crap in here, to be honest with you, because it's done no work, as I say. But I'm just expecting to see a jet that might be blocked. Although that's got a bit of rubbish on it. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, there's a bit varnishy in there. You see that? So it's just had fuel sitting in there. So this is the bit I'm expecting to be blocked in here, which is our main jet. Let me get a screwdriver. And again, it's finding the right screwdriver. You don't want one that's going to chew up the head, and it's got to be in there perfectly. Now I did have a good screwdriver for jets. Can't remember what one it was. This could have been it. Right, let's undo this. Ready? There we go. It's not too bad in there. So I'm hoping that this jet is going to be blocked, or the emulsion tube underneath it. So let's unwind it and tip it out. Here it comes. Right. Well, I can see, let me hold it up to the light, that there's a tiny hole in there, but I would imagine it would need cleaning. So we got the jet out. There is crap in there, I think. Now I'm hoping that the emulsion tube will fall out, but I'm going to take your float and needle valve off as well, just to make sure everything's clear, which it seems to be. Let's see if we can tap that emulsion tube out of there. And I'll do that by just pushing down on the little brass bit sticking up there of the emulsion tube. Now give it a tap. There we go. Now these are the two things that normally block up when you've got no fuel. It won't start after a long period. So I'm going to give these a good clean now. We'll also run some carb cleaner all through this, because it has got signs of sort of build up on there, lack of build up, which is not what we're looking for, and hopefully we can bring it back. So let me go and get some gloves on first, because one thing you don't want, I know I should have had them on at the very beginning, but one thing you don't want is this carb spray or brake cleaner, which is trichloroethylene, I think it is, yeah, and you don't want that in your bloodstream. And as you know, your skin's very, very porous, and it can give you all sorts of issues, health issues. So I see so many people just spraying it on carbs in their hands and not worrying about it. So very, very bad for you. Don't get it on your skin. If I remember rightly, one of the ones that didn't work was the choke. It wouldn't run off a choke. There we go. Just make sure it all goes through. Look, these little holes here. Blow down them all. Just make sure they're all clean. And already I can see that the trichloroethylene is actually dissolving all that lacquer on there. Look, it's to totally clean that lacquer off. Look. So it's very, very good. Now that combined with compressed air should hopefully sort this out. So there's that lacquer bowl. Look, let me show you this again. Look, see, put some of this carb cleaner in there, or carb spray. It literally dissolves all that lacquer build up. If I just wipe this out now, already I can see that's an improvement. So we're virtually back to normal there again now. Look, so it's definitely worth doing. And same with this jet here. If you block the ends, you should see all the holes come out. Look, there we go. You're looking for it to come out of all the holes. Some of them ain't coming out of clearly. So I'm going to blow that through with the airline, and also the main jet as well. Well, that's okay. Right, I'm going to fire the compressor up and blow it out with the airline. Right, okay then. So, move you up a bit. Right, got my airline. Always put my goggles on when using that. Right, so let's just give this carb a blow out. I'll just give it a squirt through, as you know. So. Through all the little airways. It's normally good enough. Right, I think that's okay. Let's get the emulsion tube. I've actually given them a poke through as well, all these little holes, with my gas welding cleaning rods. So I've done that as well, just to ensure they're all running clear. That should be alright. The main jet, as you know, I've give that a good blowing through. Yep, I'll just give that a little bit of a rod through as well, actually. I didn't do that one. Again, these come in various sizes, these little tools. So let's just see if we can poke that through there. Yeah, that's gone through, look. Just to make sure the holes are clear. There we go. It's the only trouble working with these goggles, gloves on, sorry, that you can't hold very small items very well. Right, that's clean. Right. Okay. So we now can put this back together by putting the float in there with the needle valve below it. There's no adjustment that you need to do with this. This just literally just drops in and it works. Some car ones from old carburetors from years ago, you used to have to set the float height, but these are automatically set on these, so you haven't got a problem with these. Right, so that's that. We'll drop the emulsion tube in. Now, if you can see that emulsion tube, it's got two ends. You've got a short little stubby end and a long sort of end there. Well, that long end is the bit that goes in first. Like that, that drops in. Screw the jet back in so that the slot's sticking upwards. And we literally just snug that down. If it's ever tight, you've probably got it cross-threaded. That should always go in nice and easily, folks, and then it'll bottom out like it's just done now, and then just give it a little slight nip. You ain't got to go mad. That's it, that's all you got to do. Then that's the main jet back in that little hole there. Okay, and that's literally it. That's all you've got to do to clean that carb out. We'll put the float bowl on, and I've got to remember which way that went on, because there's no lips on this, so I should have made a note of that. But hopefully, if I realise that that goes in that way first, which it does, and the drain plug I think was on this side, so that's the way I think that goes on, like that. We'll get our bolt to go back in there. Provided you know how to do these sort of simple jobs, there's no reason why that you can't get it going yourself. There we go, like that. And again, don't go mad tightening this up. You're just going to nip that rubber gasket, that's all it is. That rubber O-ring seal. There we go, that's it. That's the carb rebuilt. Right, let's get that put back on then. You've got the spring to latch on, which I can just put in that little tiny hole there. If I can get my hands in there. There we go, and that arm goes through the back here. If I slide that halfway on first. There we go. Goes in there like that. The gasket's all still in place, so I'm happy with that. I can push the fuel line back in. I just want to turn that fuel on and make sure it just does come out. Look, there we go. So we definitely got fuel there, so that can go back on there like that. That's so nice when you're dealing with brand new fuel lines, because as you don't well know, those of you who work on small engines, getting these little fuel lines off can be a right pain. Right, so that's there down there. Got that choke mechanism to go back on. That goes over that pillar. That just turns the choke on and off like that, which is fine. The air box can go back on, which was that way up. Got that little breathe rose to poke in the top there. Like that, and then just drop that back into place. All we've got to do is put these two nuts back on, like that. And literally just snug them up. You've got to go mad. There we go, and that should be it. Right, it's that time. I'll just stick the air filter back in, anticipating it working straight off. Probably not a good thing to do, but there you go, that's it. Now we've got to remember that the carb bowl is actually empty of fuel, so I'm going to turn the fuel on. The choke's on. There we go. Let's put that spanner away. There. Right, spark plug's on. Let's try that. Engine switch on. Yeah, nothing else to go on there. I've got to fill the carb up, so let's just see how it goes. Ready? Come on. Oh, it fired, I think. Oh, let's open that door. And I put the extract fan on. It might get a bit noisy, people. Right, here we go again. hunting away there, and I just realised there's one jet I actually missed out on these carbs. I've only just seen it. I'm going to quickly take it off, clean that jet out, and then I think it'll be all right. I forgot all about it because I've not done these for so long. I left one jet out. Right, a couple of minutes later, and we've got the carb out again. Now the jet in question, lucky enough we haven't got to take this assembly apart again. Now you may see the throttle stop screw there, which is a little plastic screw, and just underneath it you've got this little black plastic thing. Well, that is the jet I'm talking about. That's your primary circuit jet, and that causes surging when it's blocked. So what we're going to do is count the screws out from our throttle stop screw, or the easier way to do it is just look how many threads are sticking out. I can see there's only one thread sticking out there, so without me needing to count it, I'm just going to unscrew it. So just remove that. There we go. Now this little jet, be careful, it's only got plastic ledges, so you just want to lever it either side and it should lift out just like that. Look, there we go, and it's out. So once it pops up, just literally withdraw it, and in there is a jet, and in that little chamber there you want to squirt that through with your carb cleaner as well. Don't forget, always put your gloves on with that trichloroethylene. So let's put them back on, and also good quality gloves as well, because these rubber gloves, as you can probably see, haven't dissolved at all. A lot of them, as soon as you put the cheap ones on, if you're buying the cheapest gloves, they do dissolve. So let's just give that a blow through. And we will get the little files out there. And then also blow some cleaner down your jet, and then get your compressed air and literally blow these both out. There we go, that's that one, and down that venturi there. You see it come out around the rim here. There we go. And that is your primary circuit, and hopefully our carb pulsing issue should be sorted. And it's just a matter of then of pushing that back in. There is a rubber O-ring around there, folks, so make sure that O-ring is on there and sealed, otherwise you won't have, or you'll have an issue. So just push that back in, just put it in, make sure you put it in the correct way so that the two shelves are flat that way, because at the back there, as you can probably see, there is a little cutaway which you have to, if you don't put it in the right way, it won't fully go in. There you can see that little triangle bit there, lays on one of them flats there, on the top flat there. And then literally just wind your screw back in your throttle stop until we get it sticking out one thread out. Then that will be, hopefully, it's set up again. There we go. So I'm just looking down there, sticking out one thread. Right, let's go and fit this again, and hopefully that solved that problem. Right, okay, all back together. Make sure the engine is turned on. Let's put the fuel on. The carb's going to be empty again, so we've got to wait for that to fill up, I presume. Put the choke on over there. It might take a few pulls, as I say, so. There we go. Go, running like a dream. Well, I'm going to give that a good run now, warm it up to temperature. It just shows you a lot of these hunting issues, or this surging you get if you've got that type of carburettor. Always check that slow idle circuit, which I forgot obviously, and that's what gives us the hunting. And there, in that little black thing, there's a tiny little hole, and just make sure that's clear. There's a hole that runs across it, and there's a tiny little one running from the bottom of that black little plastic jet. Very small. Them cleaners I've got ain't small enough to get in there, but I'm lucky enough to have some very small drills. Let me go and show you. There we go. Very small model makers drills these, and you see the yellow one is the one I used. You can barely see it there, look. And that was small enough to go through there. So there you go. Running like a champ. Right, there you go. That's that one all ready to go now. That's all it was a carb clean. Cool, that sun's bright. Right, so just bear with us, folks. I will try and get videos up as and when. I've got all my bikes to restore still, but we've got to do loads of work indoors at the moment. So, yeah, we're getting there. But it's a whole new year. Let's hope I can get some more videos out for you. Cool, that really is bright, that sun, isn't it? That's better, isn't it? Yeah, let's hope I can get some more videos out for you. So just bear with us, folks. Anyway, thanks very much. Hope you've enjoyed that one. We'll see you in the next video. And until then, bye for now.